Grace. Forgive yourself and anyone else in your situation, even if you or they do not deserve it. To forgive is to mirror the divine forces who love us. I think this person, I don't think they know that you don't give yourself that much grace with how you show up. I think that they just see it as like, all right, well, that is their comfortability. They are not necessarily like, they're just not comfortable showing up in that context. I feel like you... The butterfly. October could have been a significant month or something here. Or Halloween. Allow yourself to leave behind the past and what is no longer necessary so you can truly be the person you've worked hard to become. This could be a situation where you guys didn't talk much, or there's something about you and like your comfort level and the way you show up. It's not just based on like what you feel comfortable with internally. There is something about like this situation, something where maybe you haven't been able to forgive this person for something, and so you, whatever this is, it could have really hurt you, or like a past version of you that you've been trying really hard to kind of like to heal, or to allow yourself to feel whatever this person kind of brought out or showed you about yourself through whatever happened here in this situation. And I feel like you're at this point now where you kind of are facing this blockage here that I was talking about in part 3, where in order to kind of remove the obstacle from the path, energetically from the hallway thing, you are going to be faced with having to let something go. And that doesn't mean like convincing yourself or pretending that something doesn't affect you. It's like owning that it does affect you, but having grace for yourself and for this person, and deciding based on who you know this person to be, whether this is a situation or relationship where you want to let them show up for you, and that you're no longer like keeping them in this box of, well, I feel like I am not allowed to do certain things, because because whatever this is that you're not fully ready to like forgive, or you haven't made peace with and really fully moved through the emotion of internally, that is the thing, that's something that energetically is getting in the way. This is not going to make a lot of sense to the right collective. I think the wrong collectives probably at this point would see that sentence as me saying that like it's your responsibility for this person's lack of action. But it is something where like in the divine context, in the context of a spiritual relationship like this, that person is they're showing you yourself, and so their actions are going to make you feel a certain way. They're going to show you a certain version of yourself. They're going to show you how you operate and what your behaviors are, and like how you allow yourself to process certain things by them acting a certain way that makes you feel or like want to behave in a certain way. And it's gonna bring that out of you. That's like exactly what this is. You do the same for them. It's basically like whatever this person did here, or whatever happened that made you feel something that was big enough for you to not be ready to forgive yet, or for you to not have let go yet. And it could have been in October, or there's 5 here, it could have been in May. That is the thing that when you internally feel like you would not be operating with this person from a place of, okay, well, I'm still haven't healed this part of me yet, so I'm only going to show up in a certain context where they can't see that, right? They can't see how upset I am, or I feel like I have to suppress this, but it also suppresses my ability to actually be fully expressive. that is the thing that is the blockage here in the energetic hallway. And so this person will kind of always be like foot on the brake until they see that you have kind of taken the emergency brake that's just on in this person's car. It's like they don't have the key to like take off that e-brake. They can get in the car and they can have all this determination and want to do that, but energetically you have control of this emergency brake that is keeping their car stuck from coming down this energetic hallway, because that e-brake represents you locking away part of yourself that you don't allow yourself to come forward with anymore, because you're still processing whatever this is that you can't let go of or forgive. But until that happens, until, you know, you can either express yourself or do the hard thing or work through this on your own, until you've kind of figured out whatever that is, then that next level, or that ability to kind of like put the e-brake down so that this person can turn their car on and come forward energetically, they're not going to. And I feel like that's something that's been really frustrating, or something that's really hard to understand, because I was saying in another part, this is a collective that's like, why do I always have to lead emotionally? Or why am I the one that has to like put myself out there? And I think that there's been this has been paused for a really long time, because this is the divine forces trying to mirror something at you for your own elevation, for your own self-growth, right? The butterfly, like, allow yourself to leave behind past versions of you, or just the past. It's no longer necessary to the person that you're trying to become. And it's not that your feelings don't matter, and it's not that this person didn't operate however they did. But if you are wanting this person to come forward so much so in a different energy that it's frustrating you that they're not, and that they keep coming forward, it's like there's something here about how they're looking at you, how they're looking to you. What are you not comfortable expressing? What are you not comfortable saying to this person? Why are you limiting yourself in how you're showing up? Like, why are you curating yourself in a certain digestible way for this person? What is it internally that you haven't fully made peace with here that's stopping you, or making you feel like you have to reduce what you come forward with, right? So that's where it's like, it's not that it's your fault that this person's not coming forward, but there's something about like the next step, what this person would want to come forward with, or where this is supposed to go next after completing this cycle. It's impossible to go there until you also have access to being able to go there. And you get that access by unlocking that internally, by figuring out whatever this is. If that makes sense. I kind of feel like you already know whatever this is. And I also feel like it's at this point where, yeah, you're at this okay, is this situation meant to be? Is this a spiritual lesson? Is this for me to learn? Versus cut your losses. Or is this a karmic? Is this someone that I'm just supposed to, okay, bye, because they're not moving forward. They're choosing not to do that, so I have to let it go. Let's see if there's anything specifically here this is going to be a long reading. There is something about the work. There's something about like the work. Like, you might think it's this person. They haven't put that work in. They're just not doing it. It could feel, with this paper card, it reminds me of a hamster. Like, maybe you feel like you are getting on a hamster wheel every single time that you're operating with this person. Black egg. There's something about your authenticity, your fullness, the way that you allow yourself to show up.